This is a companion video to my review of every Sennelier Oil Pastel Set video. The deep dive into the full 120 set was too long, so here you have it as an individual video. More resources in the description. I know getting the 120 set would be a big, costly decision. Therefore, I will go over each and every color that you would receive on top of the 72 set. I'll switch to the top-down perspective. There is a whole tray I haven't touched yet. It's these shades of reddish orange ochre. There is terracotta, which is a more orange shade of these flesh tones. There is also gold brown, which is quite the unique brown shade, I believe. Chrome red, another unique shade I'm very happy painting portraits with, and light English red. Again, there is no counterpart where I'd say you can skip this and use this one and this one instead. You'd have to mix it. You can always mix it, of course. Next up we have ultramarine blue. It is quite the grayish muted blue. Next up there is Sennelier brown. To me, the range of brown shades is already quite extensive, already in the 48 set, which is a good thing in my opinion. There are some more ochre shades, as well as this chrome brown. It is a lighter version of titanium buff, pretty much exactly the same with white added. There is also Havana ochre, which reminds me of earth brown as well, and brown ochre, which has quite the green shade, and there is no counterpart to it in the 72 set. Next up, some more blues. This one I think is unnecessary, unless this is your favorite color ever. Truly, there are just so many blue shades already. The one I'd rather go with instead of phthalo blue is English grey, but they are quite similar. And another blue chromium green shade, which reminds me so much of royal blue. This is a hue, a half transparent hue, quite similar to azure blue. Charcoal blue is probably the only one I'd recommend out of all these shades. It's a nice addition to this range of blacks. The only other shade of grey we are still missing out on is grey deep, and I don't think it's necessary. These are the only yellow and red shades left. We have nickel yellow, which is, I think we can skip out on. We also have yellow lake, which reminds me a lot of gold yellow. And we have pink. Again, I have such trouble differentiating between the different reds. I wouldn't mind not having it. I'd probably skip one of these for pink. There are quite a few greens we have yet to check out. There is sap green. We only have sap green light. It is a different shade, less bluish than the pine green. Therefore, it would add value to your color range. Value, oh I can't. Cinnabar green deep. These cinnabars also look quite similar to me, as well as the Viridian. I don't think they are necessary. This one, however, I just love muted colors. I'm not quite subjective in that area. I think it adds to the color range as well. These two green shades I'd add, and these two 41, 44 I would ignore. There are three teal colors. We have bright turquoise, Prussian green, and chromium green deep. To me, these two look almost identical. One is more greenish and one more bluish, and this one definitely adds to the color range. I think it would be quite hard to mix something like this and have it look this vibrant. These two violets add nothing in my opinion. You might get one of them. I'm getting quite opinionated, sorry. I'll try to tone it down. Oh, this one I think adds to the color palette. It's Mars Orange. This is a hue, a transparent color, and I do love the shade. It adds quite a lot. These should be the last two. We'll take a look. Oh, 3. These will be the last 3 colors we'll take a look at. We have brown, pink. It's just, honestly, these are very muddy. I believe you could mix them yourself. It's harder to mix vibrant shades instead of muddy ones, but I, again, love muddy colors. I would miss out on the brown pink though, on purpose. Cinnabar Yellow Brown is a nice addition for shadows, and Olive Brown I would miss out on again. It's a darker shade of moss green. Once more, I will place all of the colors you'd get on top in the 120 set around here, and then I'll arrange the full palette. I lied, there are 2 more colors. And it's a shame that they aren't included because these 2 are some of my favorites. This one is the first individual stick I bought on top of my portrait set, which is what I started out with. It's a lovely shade you will not find in here. Gorgeous. And this one is a muted violet gray, which I love as well, especially because I think it's quite hard to give something a violet shade with this one. From here to the right are all the colors you don't have in the 72 set that will come in the 120 set. On top of that, there are also the iridescent colors in this 120 set, as well as a transparent medium. It's just a transparent stick that will help you blend colors. I'll also show you the 2 colors that I don't have. They are in the full set as well. They are this pinkish shade and something that looks so similar to Barite Green that I did not buy the stick. This color range is truly amazing, but I still have some thoughts. Let's talk about the strengths and weaknesses of the 120 colors available. So this is such a solid collection, and something to point out is they have very good connecting colors. When you go from a warmer to a cooler or from a saturated to a muted color, they effortlessly provide shades that make painting much easier. They have these incredible muted colors in almost every color family that really help you achieve realistic paintings. You can tell Sennelier designed these with oil paints in mind, and they deliver a unique color range that is a joy to paint with. Still, I believe there are a few things lacking, and we are looking towards the Caran d'Ache Neo Pastel color range to fill those gaps. As helpful as the different transparencies are with the sticks, it adds difficulty to blending certain shades. Neo pastels, on the other hand, are all opaque and they don't vary in consistency. Sometimes I find it helpful to have another purely opaque color stick of a color I use often. I wanted an opaque, cool shaded pink and went with this rose granite. I also miss an orange that is not ugly, which can stand on its own. I feel like you only realize it's missing once you see a nice saturated orange like this next to the ones in this set. I also have an olive yellow because the muted shades from Sennelier are either too muddy or too transparent for my purposes. And something Caran d'Ache is superior in, I believe, are the gray shades. Usually I want opaque grays. I really love the light beige and ash gray. I use them all the time. And one of these would suffice, either silver gray or light gray. That's it. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.